Hey, what's up, guys? I'm probably gonna make this video today, but I probably will wait to post it. Um, I just finished the video that I made talking about the 12 scientists. So people are talking about a rapture. Well, there's really kind of really no such word in the Bible. Okay. Um, it says to be caught up with, and it's translated as that. Where you find this rapture, harpazo, or however it's pronounced, this is a Latin word. This was not the original way that the word was presented, such as cross. Cross doesn't mean a cross, it means a pike, which is a single piece of wood driven into the ground. So there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that's mistranslated. But I believe that the discussion that I was having with the other person about this rapture, there's something really important in the Bible where God says, hey, don't add or take away from this book, because if you do, you're going to be doomed. And I've contended with this with other people. They're like, that was only in the one part where he was talking to the guy. No, the whole thing is an example for you to follow. And not he doesn't even direct a lot of the examplism in that book toward you. He shows you through other people exactly what how things go. There is no word rapture. There is a caught up. Why would I refrain from using rapture? Because it's adding to the Bible. It's not a word that was in there. It's not in the Greek, Aramaic, or Hebrew text, and it was translated many years later for Latin. Why am I saying that? Because the Catholic Church was involved with a lot of translation in the Bible. And what they do is you can't have a relationship with God or with Yeshua, with Yahuwah or with Yeshua, unless you go through the church. And here's where that changes. You go through the church, you have to. You have to have an interceder. The second thing is it's comparable relative religion, where you come and you go, well, I'm a better Christian than this person. What did you do last week? And it's for one day in a building, and then they don't act like that when they get out of that building. That's a ritual. Okay? You're not in a relationship. You're doing a ritual every Sunday, which Sunday, I don't know, how could you mess up Sabbath? God was like, just keep my Sabbath. Sabbath is Saturday in like 250 languages, especially the ones evolving around the original text of the Bible. So it's not Sunday. It never was. This is ritual. When you get into a worldly understanding, and it says in there about ceremonies and dedications and stuff like that, and it doesn't even say sometimes this is bad. Don't do this. It just tells you there was a village and they were practicing a certain thing, and God corrected it one way or another through angels or through people, interceders or messengers or whatever. Why? Because they didn't know any better and they needed some type of input. Okay? So with this rapture thing, I'm going to contend till the day I die, because there's no such thing. There is a caught up. See, I think what's really going to happen is these Nephilim, these things that are called alien, are going to use this ritual belief of rapture to do something nefarious. And it's probably going to be, there's going to be so many people that are going to fall for it. And the other guy was like, well, how is this going to happen? Well, and I made a video about this, if I was the Antichrist and I wanted to fool you, which to give you a fake son of God, I have centuries. I would just make different translations of the Bible and impress upon people, or arrange it in a way, hey man, I'm Satan. This is my planet. Okay? I just have to operate in a way that you don't know that I'm making you do what I want. So I just go and the scribes of the Bible, we're going to, the Isius, the Latin thing, we're going to change this to Jesus now. I don't know how that happens because in Greek, Aramaic, and Hebrew, there's no J. And now I've had all kinds of people tell me, look, the only reason I'm contending is because I'm getting different impressions that, hey, this is the way that it's going to be used to fool you. The only way, listen, if I was the Antichrist, I would change the name in that book to a name that you would be worshiping me, okay? You'd be worshiping me and you'd be waiting for me to come back. And everything that I showed you through way of example, through your spiritual, impressionable eyes, would be that deity that you're talking to now, that I've arranged you to talk to in that Bible, through the new understanding of the translation, that Jesus. I really think a lot of you are going to be fooled. This is where it says, hey, that deception is going to be so strong that it might even, it's not gonna, but it might have even fooled the elect. Who are the elect? I believe that those are the people that have a solid foundational relationship with God. They may not go to church, they may not do, but they have that relationship, okay? And they love as much as people will let them, but they're no, excuse this word, they're no pussies either, okay? Because I don't really think God picked pussies to be the people that last. I think that those people are going to be the ones that believe in these ritual beliefs where they gather together waiting for whatever to come and get them and not be caught up with God. As a matter of fact, you want to know something? I really think that you don't have to do anything that day. If you're going to be caught up with Him, no matter where you're at, in every single movie that Hollywood puts out, they show you they're here 1 second and gone the next. And that's what the book says. The book doesn't say anything about, well, they all went to the rapture together, the party, to go because the rapture was going to happen. So they all picked a spot and this isn't a rally or something like that. This is something where if you're not taken, doesn't mean that God doesn't love you. It just means that you might have to stay here to do some work. You might be a tool of some type. And until this happens, you really won't know that. Okay? Um, but I do believe the name of the Son has been messed with because if I was the Antichrist, that would be the only way I could fool you is to call myself Jesus. Okay? There is no other way. Especially when you see Hollywood showing you the power of Jesus compels you, and Jesus this and Jesus that. And I prayed to Jesus and the demons went away. Really? I really don't buy it. I believe you can cast out demons, but I don't know if I mean, maybe in that name, I really don't know. Hollywood sure wants you to believe that, and people live by Hollywood now, okay? If you look at Candace Owens, she justifies almost every scenario that she has with some type of movie. That's what these things do. She's got a thing, definitely, okay? I don't know what crawled inside of her, but it really wants her to hurt people. And that's what you're seeing now. You're seeing the rise of a few types of demonic entities getting into certain cultures because they want to delineate these cultures and start some type of war. They've done this before. This is not the first time this has happened, but this is the first time in a civilized society where we've done everything we can to prevent it, where it's going to happen. There's no escaping it. So I wanted to keep this short. Um, so rapture, there's no rapture. There's you do get caught up with Yeshua, and he takes you in that moment. But there's no such ritual that you go to called the rapture. And one is in the field and is taken away. One is here and is gone. That has nothing to do with you in a ceremony. Okay? Rapture is a ritual belief system that was consecrated by the idol worshiping Catholic Church.